And our next contender, please. And your name is?
Jonathan Shaw.
Your occupation?
Civil servant.
And your chosen subject?
XTC.
In 2 minutes, starting now, what was the title of XTC's only British top 10 single reaching number 10 in February 1982?
Senses working overtime.
Correct. As a teenager, Andy Partridge acquired what nickname because of his guitar mastery of a song on the Beatles' White Album?
Rocky.
Yes, although the band continued to perform on radio stations, XTC's last public concert performance took place in which American city in 1982?
San Diego.
Correct. Which drummer from Mr. Mister played on the 1989 album Oranges and Lemons?
Pat Mastelotto.
Yes, the song Red Brick Dream mentions castles, kings and the North Star. To what do these refer?
Pass.
Vetoed by their manager, what was the working title of the Black Sea album which inspired the cover picture of the band in diving suits?
Work Under Pressure.
Yes. Which was the first XTC record Dave Gregory played on, giving them their first ever Top of the Pops appearance in May 1979?
Life Begins at the Hop.
Yes, on the two albums from the period when XTC called themselves the Dukes of Stratosphere, Dave Gregory's brother Ian is credited as the drummer under what name?
E.I.E.I. Owen.
Yes. Which famous landmark features on the cover of the English Settlement album?
The White Horse at Uffington.
It does. Which single, scheduled for release in the autumn of 1992, was withdrawn by Virgin Records after many hundreds of discs had already been pressed?
Wrapped in Grey.
Correct. Which revered American rock musician produced XTC's album Skylarking?
Todd Rundgren.
Yes. Who was briefly a member of XTC in 1976 as keyboard player before leaving to devote his time to the Stadium Dogs?
Ian Perkins.
John Perkins. What was the title of the A-side of XTC's first single on Virgin Records, released in 1977?
Science Friction.
Yes, XTC were a Swindon band, but where was singer-guitarist Andy Partridge born in 1953?
Valletta in Malta.
Yes, Ian Reid, who became the band's manager, first saw XTC perform live when he booked them in September 1976 to play at his Swindon club called what?
The Affair Club.
Yes, in January 1978, XTC made a short tour of Europe supporting which American band?
Talking Heads.
Correct. During their first sessions at Abbey Road Studios, I started so I shall finish, in August 1977, XTC were introduced to which musician and politician who was recording an LP in the adjacent studio?
Ted Heath.
It was, unlikely though it may seem, Ted Heath. You had one pass there. The song Red Brick Dream and all that referred to steam trains. You have scored, though, Jonathan Shaw, 15 points. Shaw, please. Right, 23 points. That's what you've got to win. You did very well, 15 points with XTC. They never did become a big group, did they?
Just as they were about to break through, they committed commercial suicide and wouldn't tour, so that was pretty much that, and they've been a cult band ever since.
Why wouldn't they tour?
Andy Partridge's stage fright.
Really?
He had chronic fits of stage fright in early 1982 and refused to perform after that.
Not good if you're a lead. He was the lead?
He was the lead singer, yes. It's a real shame. I would have loved to have seen them live, but I think their albums have more than made up for it.
Well, there we are. You know a lot about them. You scored a lot. You now, as I say, have 23 points to beat. So let's see if you can do that with your general knowledge. You have, after your 15 earlier points, a total of 21 points. Well, at the end of that...